No, leave me. You don't understand. Let me set her alight once. She has played me. She has made a fool out of me. I've been investing in her life, and now this is what she wants to do to me. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Let me be. Let me be. Richard shouted at the crowd. Oh, leave me. Leave me. Let me deal with this girl. After all I've done for her, this is how she repays me. Leave me alone. Richard bellowed, his voice trembling with fury. Once upon a time in a bustling little town, there lived a young girl named Emily. She was only 17, but her beauty was the kind that stopped men in their tracks, radiant, effortless, and almost otherworldly. Yet Emily wasn't like other girls her age. She giggled and flirted about without a care. She was quiet, soft-spoken, and carried herself with a grace that belied her years. While her peers played in the sun, Emily stayed indoors, had no spirit in her books. She dreamed of becoming a doctor, a passion that had burned in her heart since childhood. But her family was poor. Her father Tom patched tires at the market for a living, his hands stained black from years of labor. Her mother Sarah sold trinkets and odds and ends from a rickety stall nearby. They adored Emily's studies, nature, but their harsh truth loomed over them. They could never afford medical school. Still, Emily never wavered. After finishing high school, she joined her mother at the market, adding seasonal fruits and vegetables to their ways to scrape together extra money. Every afternoon, after hours of studying, she'd balance baskets of produce on her head and weave through the market, hawking her goods without a hint of shame, something her peers wouldn't dare do, fearing they'd look like village girls. Emily didn't care for such nonsense. She believed in hard work and dignity. One fateful day, as Emily called out to customers, a pair of sharp eyes locked onto her. They belonged to Richard, the richest man in the market, a billionaire, tar mogul whose wealth dwarfed everyone else's. The moment he saw her, something clicked deep within him. Young as she was, Emily's grace, courage, and quiet strength captivated him. "This is my wife," he whispered to himself, a certainty settling in his chest as he watched her move through the crowd. From that day forward, Richard couldn't get Emily out of his mind. He asked around the market about a strange, beautiful girl selling fruit, and quickly learned she was Tom's daughter. A slight grin crept across his face. Tom was a vulcanizer, a man Richard often did business with. This would be easy, he thought. He decided then and there to win Emily's hand in marriage. Richard began small. He bought all Emily's fruits and vegetables each day, slipping her extra cash to top of it. But Emily, raised by a cautious mother, refused the handouts. Men always want something in return, Sarah had warned her, and Emily wasn't naive. Richard, far from being discouraged, was impressed. She wasn't just beautiful, she had principles too. The next day, Richard visited Tom's shed and handed him a massive tar contract worth hundreds of thousands. Money Tom's family had never seen. "Thank you, my brother," Tom exclaimed, clasping Richard's hand. "God bless you. You don't know what this means for us." Richard waved it off humbly. "What are neighbors for? This opportunity came and I couldn't give it to anyone else." Inside though, he smirked. Helping Emily's parents was just a stepping stone to his real prize. That evening, Tom rushed home to share the news. The family rejoiced and Emily's eyes sparkled with hope. "Baba, remember my jump form," she said, beaming. Tom hugged her tight. "My angel, I'd never forget. And even with this contract, medical school fees still out of the reach. Don't worry, God will make a way." His words were soft, reassuring, but the weight of their reality lingered. Over the next few months, Richard bombarded Tom with contracts and showered Sarah's store with lavish purchases, most of which he didn't need. Just to catch a glimpse of Emily, he'd slip Sarah 10 times the cost of her goods, brushing her off with her gratitude. "Your family's close to my heart," he'd say with a wink. "Use the extra to treat yourself and that special girl of mine, Emily. She's got such good character." Sarah would blush and thank him, oblivious to his deeper intentions. After weeks of distance, Richard grew bold. One weekend, he arrived at their modest home, arms laden with gifts, expensive fabrics for Sarah, clothes, chocolates, and biscuits for Emily. Tom and Sarah accepted them graciously, offering him a seat. The air grew thick as Tom spoke. "Richard, we've known each other for years. I've noticed you hovering around my family, especially Emily. The contracts, the money you give Sarah, there is no smoke without fire. What are your intentions with my daughter?" Richard chuckled nervously, caught off guard by Tom's bluntness. "You are a wise man, Tom. All right, I'll let be. I love your daughter. I want to marry her." Silence gripped the room, heavy and awkward, until Tom finally responded. "You love her? What about Linda, that woman you've been with? She parades around the market calling herself your wife, fighting off anyone who gets too close. What's the deal there?" Richard waved a dismissive hand. "Linda, I don't love her. She was there when I was nothing, sure, but I never promised her marriage. If Emily agrees to me, I'll pay Linda off generously and send her on her way." Tom frowned. "Emily is only 17. She can't marry now. I wanted to finish school first. Medicine's a dream, and marriage is a big responsibility." Richard leaned forward, eager. "That's no problem. I've got the money. I'll send her to any school she wants and pay it for myself." But Tom shook his head. "No, Richard. I wanted to finish school before marriage. I won't let her be distracted. I'm sorry. You'll have to find someone else." Richard's face fell as if he had lost a fortune. Another silence settled until he spoke again, voice low but determined. "I'll wait for her. I'll pay for her schooling, and if she agrees to marry me, I'll support her. But you have to promise me she won't run off with some boy after I've invested in her. I'd love to put a small ring on her finger first. Just a promise." Tom sighed. "This is serious, Richard. I need to discuss it with my Sarah. We'll let you know." With that, Richard left, his mind racing. Moments later, Sarah emerged from the shadows. She had overheard everything. "What do you think, husband?" she asked. Tom rubbed his temples. "She's too young for marriage talk. I want her in school, but we can't afford it. Richard's offering away. I just don't know, Sarah. He's a good man with plenty of money. If he trains her, where is the harm?" "No, God will provide. I don't want Emily hearing a word of this." Weeks passed. Richard, growing impatient, piled more gifts on the family, but Tom rejected them, saying they were still deciding. Meanwhile, the gem registration deadline loomed. Emily, desperate, nagged her parents daily, but the money from Richard's earlier contract had dwindled, spent on survival. As the deadline neared, Emily sank into despair, locking herself in a room. Her parents were frantic. They couldn't bear to see her dreams slip away. One night, Sarah pulled Tom aside. "Do you see how sad she is? She studied so hard for GEM, and we can't even register her. What do we do?" Tom's shoulders slammed. "I feel like a failure. Maybe we should take Richard's offer." Sarah nodded. "But what if Emily doesn't want him after school?" Tom clenched his jaw. "We'll cross that bridge when we get there." They agreed to accept Richard's proposal. The next day, while Emily was out, they summoned Richard. "We've decided you can pay for her schooling and we'll consider the marriage later." Richard's face lit up. He pulled a wad of cash from his pocket and thrust it onto their hands. "I'm thrilled. Take this for Emily. Buy her whatever she needs. I'll hand her fees. There's plenty more where that came from." That evening, Tom handed Emily the GEM money, dodging her questions about its source. "A friend helped us," he said simply. "We are going to medical school, my princess." Emily aced her exams and soon started university, funded by Richard's wealth. She dove into her studies, determined to make her parents proud, unaware of the deal behind her success. Richard, ever the shrewd businessman, wasn't about to lose his investment. He secretly hired spies to monitor Emily on campus, ensuring she stayed away from boys. Back at the market, he bragged endlessly about his wife in medical school, oblivious to the storm brewing. That storm arrived in the form of Linda, Richard's longtime girlfriend. When whispers of his engagement reached her, she erupted. "Impossible," she screamed. 10 years with him and he picked some kid? What does she have that I don't? Blinded by rage, Linda stormed Sarah's stall. "How could you betray me? Giving your daughter to my man?" she shouted. Sarah stammered, "It's not like that. He just helped with school money." Linda didn't buy it. "Liar. If I didn't respect Tom, I'd trust you. Keep your girl away from Richard. He's mine." She stormed off unsatisfied and marched to Richard's shop. "Tell me it's not true," Linda yelled, ripping up an invoice in a fury. Richard barely flinched. "So what if it is? I never promised you marriage. You helped me when I was broke, fine. I've paid you back plenty. Leave my shop." Her tears fell like rain. 10 years, Richard. I gave you everything. Now you toss me aside?" she begged. He was unmoved. "I don't love you. Name your price. I'll settle you." Broken, Linda cursed him as she left. "God will judge you, Richard. Someone will break your heart too." Days later, she vanished from the town, unable to bear the shame. When Emily returned for her first semester break, the market buzzed with rumors. Richard's wife, women called out tearfully. Confused, she laughed it off until Richard showed up at her house, acting far too familiar. "Don't call me sir," he grinned, brushing her shoulder. She recoiled. "Who's your wife? I never agreed to marry you. Don't touch me. It's harassment." Furious, she threw him out. Richard stand confronted Tom. "Why doesn't she know she's mine?" Tom sighed. "She's young, Richard. You can't rush her. Give her time." Richard backed off, but his obsession grew. He kept funding her, watching from afar. Then came the twist. Emily met Daniel, a brilliant med student who shared her dreams. They grew close, studying late in the night, their bond deepening. When Richard's spies reported this, he snapped. He stormed the campus confronting Emily. "After all I've done, you are with some boy?" he roared. Emily stood firm. "I never asked for your money or your love. I owe you nothing." Richard's world crumbled. He has lost Linda and now Emily too. Tom and Sarah, horrified by the mess, confessed everything to Emily. She forgave them but cut ties with Richard's funds, vowing to repay every cent through the scholarships and grant. Years later, she graduated as a doctor on her own terms, while Richard, humbled and alone, watched his empire falter, his heart broken by the girl he couldn't buy.